All right, welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today, getting into, banking and finance.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But, and here's the thing, we're not doing it the way you probably think.
Right.
We're using this English for banking and financial services. It's like our guide.
Okay.
And it's almost like we're going to try to decode the language of money.
Yeah.
Because, trust me,
Yeah.
this is so much more than just, like balancing your checkbook or something.
Oh, for sure.
It's about really understanding how the entire system works.
Right.
So that you can walk into any financial conversation, and just feel confident.
Absolutely. I mean, it's about moving from like feeling intimidated by all of this to
Yeah.
feeling empowered.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if we look at this resource, like what it wants to do, its objectives,
Mhm.
it basically focuses on three things. One is learning, all the key terminology.
Mm-hmm.
Two is being able to discuss banking services, comfortably.
Yeah.
And then three is understanding all the regulations.
Regulations.
It's like, it's a roadmap to being financially fluent.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And I think, a lot of people don't realize how much power there is in just understanding like the basic vocabulary.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Right.
If you don't even know the difference between, let's say, a loan and a mortgage,
Oh, yeah.
you're already starting at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So if you know the language,
Yeah.
you can ask the right questions,
Yeah.
and you can, actually make informed decisions, about your own money.
It's almost like, if you're trying to read like a really complicated legal document,
Yeah,
but you don't know any of the legal terms,
All right.
you're just going to be lost.
exactly.
You're going to be lost before you even begin.
Exactly.
Right.
100%.
And then, okay, so then we have this idea of discussing banking services.
Right.
This is where, I guess this is where it all comes together.
Yeah, where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, where the rubber meets the road, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, being able to open accounts or apply for loans or even just understand your bank statement.
Your bank statement?
These are things that we encounter every day.
Yeah, daily life, exactly.
This is real world stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, okay, there's the part that I think might make some people kind of like
Yeah.
cringe a little bit.
A little bit.
Financial regulations and policies.
Yeah.
Like, why is it so important to
I just
understand all of this stuff?
It's the rules of the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you understand the rules,
Yeah.
you can play better.
Yeah.
So
Right.
knowing these regulations, like, protects you as a
Yeah.
consumer.
Yeah.
So, for example, like, there are all these consumer protection laws that are meant to prevent banks from doing stuff like charging crazy fees that are unfair
Right.
or discriminating against someone
Right.
when they apply for a loan.
Okay.
So, that's why it's important.
So it's all about protection.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've definitely established, that it's super important to understand like all of this language, right?
Mhm.
So let's get into some of these key terms.
Okay.
Okay. Interest rate.
Yeah.
You hear that all the time.
All the time, yeah.
But how many people, really understand how it actually impacts like
Their money.
their personal finance?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's such a good point.
Yeah.
Because interest rates are really like the engine that drive both like savings and debt,
Okay. Yeah.
So for example,
Okay.
imagine you're buying a house, right?
Right.
Let's say it's a $300,000 house.
Okay.
Understanding how like different mortgage terms,
Okay.
like a 15-year versus a 30-year mortgage,
Right.
how those things can affect things like your monthly payments
Yeah.
and then also the overall interest that you're going to pay.
Yeah.
And then that can actually save you thousands of dollars over the life of the loan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a huge difference.
Huge, huge.
And it shows you that even those little details, like, those seemingly small details
Yeah,
can have a really like
big impact.
big impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of big impact, so this English for banking and financial services,
Right.
it has a whole section dedicated to grammar.
Grammar.
I never thought, grammar could actually be related to finance.
Right.
So tell me more about this. Like, how does this work?
I mean, think about like comparatives.
Okay.
Right. So being able to compare like interest rates on different savings accounts.
Yeah.
Or, looking at the loan terms that you get from different lenders.
Okay.
To see which one's actually best for you. It's
Yeah.
like a secret weapon.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's like you're getting an edge.
Yeah. It's all about,
Yeah.
it's about becoming a more informed consumer.
Informed consumer. Exactly.
Being able to analyze all your options.
Yeah.
And evaluate them, effectively. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
And then there's this whole thing about the passive voice.
Oh, the passive voice. Right.
It's like it pops up everywhere in like these official bank communications.
Everywhere. All the time.
Yeah, and if you don't understand it, you're gonna have a
Yeah.
hard time, like decoding all these long documents with all the fine print.
All the fine print, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you do understand it, you'll actually be able to know
You'll know what's going on.
what these fees mean, what these terms mean,
Right.
and how they're going to like really impact you, like your bottom line.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to kind of like the more practical side of things.
Right, right.
So this
Yeah.
English for Banking and Financial Services resource,
Mm-hmm.
it has a whole section on phrases for banking conversations.
Yes.
Like what to actually say.
Yeah, that's a good point because, like, having the right phrases
Yeah.
can really make a difference,
Right.
in those interactions that you're having. So,
Yeah.
like, imagine needing a loan, right?
Okay.
And you go to the bank and you're just like,
You're fumbling
Yeah.
over your words.
you're like, I don't know what to say.
Right, right.
Now imagine, like, walking in there, you've
You're
prepared,
prepared.
you know the right questions to ask, you're
Right.
confident.
Confident, yeah.
I mean, the outcome could be totally different.
Yeah. It's
You know what I mean?
It's about advocating for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And feeling like, okay, like I
Yeah.
could do this.
Yeah, 100%.
I can have these conversations.
Totally. I mean,
and then it suggests these activities.
yeah.
Like role playing.
Role playing.
And analyzing financial reports,
Yeah.
which,
Yeah.
I think people think those are only for classrooms.
But they're not.
But they're not. You're right.
No, not at all. I mean, I remember this one time I was analyzing a financial report for a friend of mine for their business.
Okay.
And something just seemed off about it.
Okay.
And it turned out there was this like hidden fee buried in the fine print
Oh, wow.
that was like slowly eating away at their profits.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You know, and just being able to like dissect that report
Yeah.
saved them thousands of dollars.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
Knowledge is power.
it really is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're wrapping up this deep dive.
Yeah.
And it's clear, that understanding the language of banking,
Yeah.
it's not just about knowing
Yeah.
the fancy words.
Right.
Right?
It's about so much more than that.
It's about having the tools
about the tools.
to navigate this whole world,
Yeah.
with confidence.
Confidence.
And to make those decisions that are, going to actually benefit you,
Yeah.
both personally and professionally.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think, here's a final thought for everyone listening.
Okay.
How do you think understanding this language of banking could actually change the way you approach your own finances?
That's a good question.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
And we'll see you next time.
See you later.